name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today it is Friday, August 25, 2023, and this is episode 98. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutchy English. I love to knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for making this podcast. I love talking about my knitting and crochet so much that I make episodes twice a week. Wake is the Dutch word. You spell it the same, but the pronunciation is different. Week or wake. Not wake, week or wake. But I make my episodes in Dutch and English, so be sure you pick the right one. Okay, let's start. I'm quite late today because I had an unexpected trip, an unexpected day out, a nice thing to do, but it took quite some time today. It was not planned, and I still wanted to make an episode, so I'm a bit in a rush now, but I really want to show you some things. I'm not showing you my Corran cardigan because of that. It is finished. This morning it was still a bit wet from the blocking. It is finished, but I want to give it some easy, slow time in my podcast, so I will save it for Monday. I am wearing a knit today, and this is, I told about this garment, how do you say it? This top before. It is, I didn't use a pattern. I was trying to design a pattern by myself a few years ago. I told about it in an earlier episode, so I will keep it short right now. I really love the end result, but I also realized during the process that designing patterns is not my piece of cake. It's not a hard jumping activity for me. So that was really a good experience. I don't know if it was a nice experience, but the result is nice. I have two of these ones. Two of these, and I really love to wear them. The only thing is that they are a little bit too high under my arm. So I did quite some thinking about fixing it in those garments, but I'm not sure. I don't have any of the yarn left, so I don't know if that will really work out. So I think that it's a better idea to just make a new one. So that's on my I want to do that very I want to do that very, how do you say that in English? I really want to do that. I would love to do. My stomach is making so much noise. I hope you can't hear it because that would be very awkward. But I'm a bit hungry. I didn't eat enough today, and I didn't realize until now. Okay, I'm sorry for that background noise. It is almost dinner time, and my husband is cooking, so I don't have a problem. I will eat not in a minute, but in a few minutes, and then the problem will be solved. Just be patient. I have this problem quite often. No, not quite often. I've had it before while podcasting. I feel a bit embarrassed now. I'm sorry. I'm human. Okay. Where was I? I think, I really want to do that list is quite long. I think a lot of knitters and crocheters recognize that feeling that there is so much on your list you really want to make, you really want to try, you really want to figure out, but there is less time than you need for doing all that. So you have to make choices. We are never bored. We are never bored. And that's really nice because you are never bored, but feeling bored is also quite a good thing. Feeling bored is a luxury when you are a knitter or crocheter. Okay, you can't have everything. But my Corran cardigan is finished, and I will show her this Monday to you because I think I didn't wear her yet, but I think we are a very good couple. But we had some troubles also the past days, and I did a little bit of filming, so I want to talk you through that because it was interesting. Last Tuesday I was working in my knitting office. It's a very nice and quiet knitting place, and I was knitting my buttonholes. I don't knit buttonholes quite often. It is a bit when it is not hard to knit them, but because I'm only doing it a few times, every now and then, I have to say, my brain always thinks, oh, you don't need this knowledge anymore, we declutter it and we will create some space for other information. And so I need my notes every time again. And I pasted the instructions in my knitting notebook. This is my first example, and I always use this way of knitting buttonholes. I will share the link down below in the show notes. I know there are quite a lot of ways to knit buttonholes, but I'm really, how do you say, I'm really pleased, or I'm really content with this way. I think it's not it is not hard, it is easy to do. I can measure my buttons quite good, if they fit good in the holes, if the holes are not too big or too small, and I really love doing it. And I never searched for another way, a better way. I just decided this is my way, and that is quite a good feeling, because I'm a perfectionist, and as a perfectionist I always am focused on making things better. I always see ways how things could be better, and that is not a bad thing. It's quite nice actually, because I really love making things better. But it's always when you are focused on making things better on all the things you do, then it can be, it can take quite some energy. So for me, it's very important that every now and then I decide, okay, I am satisfied, I am pleased with this, I'm content with this. I don't know which word is good to use, but I'm okay with this. And so you can feel the satisfaction, because when you are focused on making things better, you are not feeling the satisfaction, or maybe less, and you are it's not energizing you. So every now and then I pick projects and I decide just to be pleased with it as it is. So also the way of knitting buttonholes is really okay for me. That said, it wasn't an easy process with my Corran cardigan. I think my Corran is really challenging me in my imperfectionism, and we had quite an interesting journey this week. I did knit the buttonholes, and they were not the way I wanted to be, and it had nothing to do with the technique of knitting buttonholes, but with how I divided them, and it was not good. I was really doubting if I want to have 3 buttons or 4. I chose 3, and that was not the way I wanted to be. I finished the whole cardigan, and yeah, it was just, there was too much space between the buttons and I didn't like the look of it. So I tried again and again, and I don't know, I never have trouble with placing my buttons on the right place, but this time I did. There was a lot of trouble with placing it, and in the end I decided that I just wanted to be satisfied with an imperfect end result, and I will show it to you this Monday. But I don't know what it was. It was quite a challenging process, I guess. But I think Corran, she really wanted to learn me something. Okay, that was enough about my Corran cardigan. She is laying in front of me right now, and she looks very beautiful, and I think it's really nice to see the beautifulness in an imperfect garment with a few mistakes and things that could be better, but just are okay the way they are. For me, it's not a natural way of thinking, so I really love to practice it while I am knitting and crocheting. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I think I will wear her with a lot of love and a lot of pleasure, but I don't know, I am not sure because I didn't wear her yet. I will show it to you this Monday. Okay, then my other knitting time I spent mostly on my sock cardigan, the cardigan I told you about last Monday, the colorwork, all over colorwork cardigan. I'm really on a good rhythm and I'm really happy knitting it, but it is still a fingering weight cardigan knitted on 2.25mm needles, so it takes quite some time, but I have the time, so I mainly knitted on that one. I also did a little bit of crochet on my Granny Stripes blanket. I don't have it with me here right now, but I really discovered I can read and crochet Granny Stripes at the same time, and it's really special because I'm not a person who is good in doing things, two things at the same time. I really need to be focused on what I'm doing. But this, it seems to be work out. I feel really balanced while I'm doing it. So every now and then I pick my book during the day. Normally I only read in the evening when I'm going to bed, but I pick my book during the day and I do some crochet. I will show it soon with you again because it's really lovely, but not this moment. The only thing I want to share, that's quite a bit with you, the part which follows now is actually a little bit of an advertisement part, because I received quite some nice things in the mail this summer, and I want to share them with you now. It's always I always feel a bit awkward when people are asking me if they can send me something. It's quite overwhelming, and quite often it feels as way too much. Sometimes people just want to thank you for making this podcast, and I really love that, but you don't need to thank me for making this podcast because I have so much pleasure making this, and it's so special for me that so many people are watching and listening to my crafty adventures, my handwerk perikelen, my heart-jumping moments, but also my frustrations and life lessons. I really love that, so that I can share and people are enjoying it, and I really love to read your comments. I don't reply. I choose to spend my time on knitting and crochet and not on typing, but every word is receiving me. I receive every word, I read every word, I give a little heart, and the comments are also heart-jumping moments for me, so thank you for that. So there's absolute no reason to thank me more, but every now and then there are some things that I really, how can I say it? I really can't say no to it, or is that a good word? I also, a few little shop owners also explained to me that it's not only giving me something, but it's also good for that's why I said it's an advertise moment. It's also good for them. So okay, I received a few things that is hard for me. I received a few things that I want to share with you. I hope you don't mind. They are nice. They are really nice. A few days before we went on holiday, I received a lovely package from Corran. She's from Belgium, and she heard me talking about having mats in our house, and she asked me if she could send me some lovely lavender from the south of France. Her mother lives there, her mom lives there, and she had a lot of dried lavender and she wanted to share a little bit with me. And she also asked me if she could send me a project bag. And I was really, she got me with the lavender, because normally maybe I would say no, thank you, that's way too much, but I couldn't exist. Do you say exist? I don't know. The lavender was too attractive for me, so she sent me this wonderful package with even 2 project bags. She lived in India for quite a while, and she the right one, the grey blue one, is made with Indian fabric, and it's really nice. The other one is made from vintage curtains. She really wants to use as much from all kinds of fabric as possible, so there's no waste. And they are both really beautiful. And she sells project bags too. Her Instagram name and her shop name is Lila Indy. You can find it, the link down below. Yeah. She also filled the project bag with a lovely skein of yarn. It's a local and rustic Belgian yarn. And she told me that I could dye it if I wanted, or just use it like this. It smells heavenly. And it's really beautiful fingering weight yarn, so I will put it in my stash. Here's her little card. It's really nice and really lovely. Yeah. The lavender is so good. It smells heavenly. It is this plastic bag was filled with quite some more, but I divided it in little bags and little how do you say it? That little brown thing you can say it there. You can see there. We call it a kom, a cup of lavender. And I placed it all between my yarn and my woolen yarns and my woolen garments, and it really it smells so good. You should smell it, but I know it can't. You can't through a YouTube episode, so I will smell for you. It's really, really good. So thank you, dear Coralie, for this lovely smell in my house. This big bag I save in my plastic box with my winter garments. And every time I open the box, it smells so good. And that's also hard jumping. She also made me some buttons, also made with some vintage fabric leftovers, tiny buttons, and they are so sweet. And I will add them in my button basket, in my little button collection. I received an example of an American magazine, an American crochet magazine named Crochet World, and the main reason I said yes to this is because I received such a sweet message from a lovely lady. Her name is Brit, and she told me this magazine had a makeover and it's quite new and fresh, and it took quite some work and some effort, and they really wanted to share it with you. It's available for quite a while. There are a lot of beautiful crochet patterns in it. You can also order it online for a digital version when you are not living in America. I think it's only available in America. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But it is really nice. We have these kinds of magazines in the Netherlands too. I must be honest, I don't buy them. I don't use them. I buy patterns on Ravelry most of the time. I also own a few crochet books, but not much. No, that's not true. I do have much crochet books. Do not lie, Sarah. I had a heart jumping moment when I saw one of the designs, the one on the right, the big scarf, because it does remind me of one of my own designs, and it's not exactly the same, but it has the same shape. So that was really fun. And that reminds me of me having a blog on internet. I don't know if I shared it in my English podcast once, but I did make a blog. I did write on my blog every now and then. Every time I finished a project, I made a blog post and I inserted all the information and nice pictures and whatever. And I really enjoyed doing that. But it took quite some time, and when I started filming on YouTube, it was too much time, and I decided to stop making my blog posts. I only keep my notes on Ravelry, but there is still a lot of nice information. It's all in Dutch, but maybe when you are interested, you can use Google Translate or another translate thing to understand it. But I did design, I don't know if design is a too big word, but I did design a crochet pattern a few years ago. I used to make all the crochet triangle shaped shawls, and I really wanted the same stitch, the granny stitch, in a triangle shape, but then in a straight scarf, in a straight shawl. So I made a straight triangle shawl, and I made it as a free pattern. It's not really a pattern, it's more a description. Here it is. A lot of colors. I even used acrylic. I would never choose for that now again. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not my taste anymore. And those drawings I made myself on the computer. I was very proud of that. So yeah, really nice and really lovely to do. So if you love the granny stitch, maybe this is an idea. So you can check the magazine Crochet World, or you can check my blog, whatever you want, or you can figure it out yourself. It's not hard at all. I also received a lovely, lovely garment for this fall from a Dutch shop owner. It's one of my favorite online shops. The name is Little Shop Around the Corner, and she just sells the most amazing, lovely stuff. She sells yarn, garments, and the necklace I always am wearing, I also buy at her place. She doesn't ship overseas. Yeah, I think she does do it in Europe, but I don't know. But you can check out, this dress is from Simply Grey, so you can find it on other places also, I think. Simply Grey is a little company in Slovakia. How do you say that in English? I don't know. Slovakia is a country in Europe, but I don't know how you say it in English. A little small company, and they really make beautiful, beautiful garments. I own 3 skirts, all bought at Carran's shop, and now she wanted to give me this dress, so that was really lovely to receive. And I chose the color chestnut because I think that will be a really good color for autumn. And I didn't wear it yet. I have to make it a little bit shorter because I'm a tiny person, and I will make some lovely knitting to wear over it, and then I will be a very happy person this autumn and this winter. And she also added those tiny samples, tiny squares of all the fabrics you can choose, and that is really dangerous because of course I saw a lot of fabrics, a lot of colors that I really need in my life. So yeah, we shall see. Okay, enough advertisement. I always feel a bit uncomfortable about this, but I just want to share things that make me really happy, or people that really make me happy, and I wanted to give them a moment. Again, you don't need to thank me. I own enough stuff, I own enough yarn, I own enough project bags, I own enough patterns. It's just enough. It can be quite overwhelming. So maybe if you really want to thank me for making this episode, you don't need to, because it's hard jumping for me making this episodes. But if you want to thank me, give yourself What should we say? Give yourself an extra half an hour of knitting or crochet. I would be very happy when you are doing that. You can let me know that. Oh, I want to thank you, so I will spend 30 minutes extra on my knitting today. That would be very, very, very nice. So I hope a lot of people want to thank me now in this way. In this way, I'm absolutely okay with it. I think I will thank myself too with extra knitting time. Okay, can we say that? Yeah, can we do that? Yeah, that would be nice. Okay. Enough for today. I will have some dinner and I hope my episodes will be online in time. I am not really sure if I will make that, but that will not be a problem. And I also hope there is some knitting time left this evening, but there will be this weekend. So I will spend a lot of time knitting on my sock cardigan, and I hope you have a nice weekend too. I see you on Monday. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!